Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for, this is for the week of, I can't remember, August 12th or something like that. You have this Serendipity card and this Soulmates card. So if you're looking for love, sorry, I changed some things around. I got a new camera, so, because the other overhead camera died and I'm still trying to figure out where to put everything. But anyway, again, I think that if you're looking for love, there could be an element of luck at this time for love, or there could be an element of kind of like a surprise connection, especially with that serendipity card. It can kind of represent, finding love in like a lucky way, these two cards together, if you're into that sort of thing. Even if you don't want love, that serendipity card is like one of the better cards in that deck. Like I said, it kind of represents luck or things falling into place in a better way. And sorry, this whole entire deck is upside down, so that's why I'm flipping the cards. But, again, I feel like there could be a lot of lucky changes, or there could be like bigger elements of luck coming into your life with that serendipity card. You can see this like 4-leaf clover is lifting that, girl up into the clouds. And so I feel that now is a lucky time for you here, Libra. You have the Seven of Cups as your first card. Seven of Cups can represent being spoiled for choice or having a lot of options in life right now. The good news is you go down to the Queen of Swords. So we go Seven of Cups, Queen of Swords to the Chariot. The Queen of Swords is kind of about clarity, or having gained clarity after a period of time where you weren't clear. And I think with the Chariot, that what this is really saying is that because you know like where you're going, or because you know what you want in life, you're getting it, which is great, Libra. This looks very good. Chariot is kind of represents as above, so below. So we have to be in alignment to get what we want with the Chariot. And the Queen of Swords is kind of like the clarity that is, bringing you into alignment. You also have the Strength card. I mean, number one, I see the Strength card quite a bit nowadays. It kind of makes sense to me. I think that we've all been through a time that has required us to be strong, or we've had to kind of like listen more to our inner voice and maybe take risks where we don't know what's going to happen if we do take a risk, and so we've had to be strong. And I think that a lot of you could be seeing the results of your own inner strength. And again, this could also be leading to a lot of clarity. Even if we go straight across, we go to the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles can represent a big opportunity, or something that has a lot of potential, or getting an opportunity that you really want in your life. So I feel like because you have developed a lot of strength, that you are also getting an opportunity. You also have the King of Swords. Again, I think this is you. The King of Swords is kind of a card of fortitude or strength, and so I feel for a lot of you that you really could be getting like a lot more attention, or you could just be sitting in a very strong position. I almost just feel like the King of Swords is just how you are stepping into the reading. There's a lot here that says you've been through a lot. You even have the Hermit card as well. The Hermit card, he's been through a dark night of the soul, and he's climbed to the top of the mountain. And so, there's a lot here that says you've been kind of like doing a lot of work on yourself, or, a lot of work on challenges or climbing mountains. And I kind of feel this reading is saying you're getting the rewards. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Tower. Almost every single sign has had the Tower. This came up in the bonus readings that I did for the month of August as well. Pretty much every single sign had the Tower in those readings as well. So clearly there could be some more global Tower moments. I've been saying it for over 2 years now. Literally, I predicted it before anything even happened. I said there's going to be a lot of Tower moments, and there pretty much have been. So, again, I think it's just kind of the energy that we are in. Again, whenever like everybody gets a Tower, to me, this is more of like a global thing, or, more of a collective Tower energy. And, like I said, I don't know. It is what it is, right? With the Strength card, you have the Six of Pentacles. Again, Six of Pentacles is about your investment into things, and I feel like you have already been through a period of time where you have learned like what you can invest in and what you can't invest in, what's worth it, what's not. As always, Libra, right? You always get the Seven of Cups or Seven of Pentacles, and you don't have the Seven of Pentacles in this reading, but it wouldn't surprise me if it comes up. And the other thing that I would say is you always get the Seven of Pentacles, which is kind of like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Same thing with the Six of Pentacles. He's like trying to decide who to give to, who not to give to on the card. And I feel that you have learned like what you can invest your energy in, especially with that Strength card, because that's an investment of energy, the Strength card. And now you are putting your energy into bigger and better things. With the King of Swords, you have the Hangman. We do have a Mercury retrograde, of course, going on at this time. And the Hangman is also kind of like a little bit of an introspective energy, just like the Hangman. He has put himself in this position, the Hangman, so that he can gain knowledge and wisdom for his journey. And so a lot of you maybe, it could be like a little bit of a slower week, or you could be focusing on yourself more. And I think that would be just really good for you. Even, we have the like a little bit of a Hangman sandwich going on right here with the Hangman and the Queen of Swords. So I think for a lot of you, you are kind of just, tapping into your mental energy or your mental power, and you're deciding like what you want to invest in, what you don't want to invest in. The other thing I would say is that I don't really like the King and Queen of Swords together. So if you have been dealing with a relationship since for a while now, the King and Queen of Swords are like two people who don't see eye to eye. It's like the King of Swords is facing forward, the Queen of Swords is facing towards the future position in the reading. So a lot of you could be kind of like moving on from past connections or healing past things so that you can be more in the future. You have this, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this prairie dog card. It says cheerfulness, industrious, and gracious. You have a silkworm. It says imaginativeness, paragon, and impassioned. So you are kind of like imagining your future with that Queen of Swords, I feel. I also feel that you have the Hermit. The Hermit kind of says you're ready for the next stage of your journey. And, you start with the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. She is keeping herself stuck in this position because she thinks that she can't move forwards or backwards, but really there are only swords on her sides there. And so she could easily escape her situation and kind of like get out of the situation that she is in. All she has to do is lean up against those swords and she could cut her hands free. So I think that for a lot of you, this is saying, look at your limiting situations in life and like see where you can set yourself free. It'll probably make life a lot better if you set yourself free at this time. I'm going to skip forward to the Hermit because, again, the thing about the Hermit is that he's climbed up one side of a mountain, and he has done this to do some soul searching or to find his inner voice or to connect with his inner voice. And he has learned a lot. He's been through a dark night of the soul. But, it's my belief that, the Hermit needs to now come down the other side of the mountain. And, the Hermit is kind of like a teacher in some ways. He has the star in his lantern, and he needs to shine his star all over the place. So it's like you've been through something difficult, but now it's time for you to show the world like what you have learned. And you don't actually have to do anything, right? The whole point is to just be an inspiration. The star is all about inspiration. So, for example, if you went through a difficult relationship and you learned a lot in that relationship, now could be the time to look for something new where you are, kind of quote unquote showing the world what you learned by, starting something new that's successful. And, again, the way we become successful with the Hermit is knowledge. Everything about him shows knowledge and wisdom. So if we avoid mistakes that we made in the past, or if we have learned from mistakes and we find a person who doesn't do the same things as a past person, then we are showing the world that we've learned. You're not actually doing anything. You're not telling people that you are doing this, right? You're just doing it. So I think a lot of you could be kind of standing out in a lot of ways. Even the Strength card, she has her hands in this lion's mouth. And I always say, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? And the answer is nobody. So, the Strength card is kind of like a card of showing off or showing your strength. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Three of Swords. Again, Three of Swords has come up for a lot of people as well. This retrograde, for whatever reason, maybe because it's going to be retrograding into Leo, it's between, Virgo and Leo. It's happening in both signs. And so maybe that's why Three of Swords keeps coming up for everyone. It could be a good time to heal your heart or to forgive the past, something like that. Again, this doesn't even have to say you're going through a heartbreak right now. Maybe you're over it, but there could be still certain things that you have to heal, and you could just be healing. With the Queen of Swords, you can't make this up. You have a star. Are you kidding? You are the star here, Libra. I think that this reading is really saying that you are the star. You are the one that is meant to shine bright at this time. You are the one that is meant to stand out and get attention or whatever the case may be. So I really feel like you could be kind of shining your light on a deeper level with the star card. With the Hermit, you have the Empress. Damn, like, are you kidding? Definitely like a glow up reading here, Libra, as well. So you could be finding that you're having like a little bit of a good, like a little bit of a glow up. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm shooting this video on 888, basically. So today is August 8th, 2024. It's 888, and so it seems to be a good day. And again, obviously this video is coming out after 888, but if you think back to that time, like maybe plus or minus 3 days, I think that some of you have maybe received some good news. I'm getting something about news here. I do not consider the Empress to be a card of good news, but again, I think that some of you could have received some good news or are receiving good news that kind of helps you with this glow up. So even before we start the week of the 12th, I think that, there could be some good news that's maybe making you feel like you're glowing or whatever. I always tell people to like grab onto those moods, right? I think when good things happen, I always say we have to double down on the good stuff. But like a great way to do that is to, whenever you're in a good mood or something good happens, it's like, how can you expand it? How can you, how can you make it last longer? I am convinced that the longer we make those kind of like feelings and the good things that happen to us last, the more we attract into our lives. So again, I would try to expand anything good that's happening this week or even before. You have this inspiration card. We said inspiration, and so there you go. It says, spark of inspiration will ignite brilliant new ideas. You have this writer card. It says, words are magic. Use them to manifest more abundance. Yes, definitely. I would say that even if you're watching this, on the 9th when I publish the video, or, if you're watching it at the beginning of the week, I think anything you could do to, kind of magnify your manifestations would be a really good idea. I also think that, you are inspiring people by taking action on the things that you have learned. So again, you're not like telling anyone what to do. I think you are just like living your life. And like I said, you're the star in this reading. And so I feel for a lot of you, it's like people could be really paying attention to the things that you're doing or to the things that you're paying attention to or, whatever. So great time for attention. This is the area of messages from your future self, by the way. And you have the Hangman. You also have the Two of Swords and the Chariot. So all of this would say it's really time to get moving on whatever you're thinking about or whatever you've been planning to do in your life. The Hangman is hanging from the Tree of Knowledge and Wisdom. His head is glowing, so he has gained the enlightenment necessary to be successful on his journey. And I feel for a lot of you that it's time to kind of get moving. One thing I will say is that the Hangman in reverse, it kind of looks like he is dancing. And sometimes, you can read the Hangman in reverse as positive because you could say he's finally moving forward when the Hangman's in reverse, right? But the other way that, I personally think about the Hangman in reverse is that he is dancing. It's like he feels like he needs to put on a show to be successful. And so but that's like popping into my head for you, Libra, where like I feel like it's saying there is nothing for you to do. Remember what I said earlier with the Empress? It's almost like there is nothing for you to prove, and maybe you just need to hear that, or maybe you need to realize that you are good enough. It's like what you can do is good enough, and I think maybe some of you are holding yourselves back here, and especially with the Two of Swords as well. Two of Swords is trying to protect your heart, and we have the Three of Swords right here to the Two of Swords. And then we go to the Ten of Cups. So this is pretty good because, it really represents fortune after difficulty, the Ten of Cups. But I do kind of feel that the Two of Swords is this or that thinking. She's thinking this or that. But there is a third option behind her. And so I feel for a lot of you that, again, whatever you can do right now is good enough. And again, I really feel like some of you need to hear that. Maybe not all of you, but, some of you need to realize that you are good enough, and that's it. You have the Chariot, and the Chariot is about moving in a new direction. He's leaving behind what has been, the city behind him, and he is charging forward towards something new. So in a lot of ways, I feel like your future self is saying kind of like the time is now. The time to get moving is now. The time to make things happen is now. And I would just feel free to get started on whatever you're thinking about starting. As I always say, I break all the retrograde rules. And so if you're worried about like starting something during retrograde, don't. It's like I always say, it's like, yeah, sure, something might change after the retrograde. But there are plenty of things that I still do and plenty of things I've started during retrogrades that I still do. And, nothing has changed. So, to me, the retrograde rules are, BS in the first place, and I would say just get started. With the Hangman, you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, I feel for you, is about like examining burdens. The interesting thing is you have Hangman twice, which is Pisces, and we have Saturn in Pisces right now. So I kind of wonder if that Saturn and Pisces has been a little bit of a burden for you. Or maybe it's been, kind of a little bit of a challenge for you. And I feel the Ten of Wands is saying, make sure that you are only accepting your own burdens into your life and, not other people's burdens. And I feel if you do that, you will kind of set yourself free. With the Two of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, holding on too tightly to the past. So needing to leave comfort zones. It's a pretty simple row. There's no reason to babble on about it, right? With the Chariot, same thing, Ten of Swords. Something from the past is dead, done, over with. So I feel for a lot of you that this could be you separating away from, anything from the past. It doesn't even I'm not even talking about a person here. This could be beliefs, a belief system. It could be a job or just something that has kept you stuck. And I also just feel the whole entire reading is saying, like, you are good enough. You are just ready for a new beginning. And maybe it's just that simple. In the area of the good stuff, you have this butterfly spirit. It says transformation is beautiful, clearly going through a transformation. You have this dolphin spirit. It says this and that are true. So whatever you believe to be true is the truth. And again, also, the dolphin is about happiness and joy. But the dolphin is also about, again, like I was saying earlier, I think you need to grab on to any really positive moments that are happening for you right now and kind of expand those moments, or make them bigger, even if it's just in your head, right? Even if you're just making things bigger by being grateful or expressing gratitude for the things that you have. I think that could be the thing that really helps you manifest this week, so I would do it. You have the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. Something is rushing into your life. It definitely could be love for some of you, because you have the Ten of Cups. Again, I wouldn't, I think it's perfectly fine, again, to date during Mercury retrograde. I wouldn't necessarily rush anything, but this is coming up in the area of the good stuff. I also kind of feel that some of you could be returning to something that you kind of thought you lost. So again, if you have a talent, gift, skill, or ability, or if you have a business or something that you want to accomplish in life, I feel that some of you could almost be, kind of rebirthing something that had a tower moment, because you have the Tower, and you could be approaching it from a new perspective, because you have the Hangman. The Hangman is a new perspective. You have the Ace of Pentacles. I also feel that some of you, again, there's two things here. If you are reinventing an old idea, which is a great thing to do during Mercury retrograde, I think that there's two options. It's one option is you could just see it from a new perspective. It's maybe you wanted to be successful on YouTube, right? And maybe it didn't work out for you, but maybe your videos would do better on Instagram, for example. And that's what I mean by a new perspective. And I'm not saying you have to do YouTube, but you could do whatever you want. But whatever you're doing, I think maybe there's just something else that would be better. But I think the other thing that could be happening for some of you is that you're just seeing a new opportunity. So, maybe you're still doing YouTube, for example, but maybe you're just doing a different kind of video. And that's what I see here with the Ace of Pentacles, is that there might just be a different way to do something that you've always wanted to do. And, just doing that will probably lead to a lot of success. The Ace of Pentacles is something that has unlimited potential, something that, can grow to, amazing heights. And I feel for a lot of you, you're working on something great. You have the Ten of Cups. On just a very simple level, I feel this is talking about fortune after difficulty. So I feel for a lot of you, you're just, it's just saying that good things are coming in after a challenge, which we talked about with the Hermit as well. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles. I think you get the Queen of Pentacles quite a bit as well. She's a card of kind of focusing on your resources, growing your resources, and of course, I think a lot of you could be doing that. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands. I'm laughing because every single time I do your reading, they're mowing my lawn. Why? I have no clue, but I don't know. There might be a message in there for you, Libra, that maybe you need to mow your lawn. What's crazy to me is I never do your reading at exactly the same time, which is, that's why I'm laughing, that they just started, right? So that's interesting. But what I would say is Two of Wands about taking the lead on this opportunity. Like I said, you are good enough. I think that's the key word here, key phrase, right, is that you are good enough to take the lead on something. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, there's some sort of celebration. Both cards, Ten of Cups and Three of Cups, can represent a big celebration or a lot of happiness coming in for you. So if you are creating something, or if you're doing something, or trying to create something in your life, whatever it is, I think that there could be a lot of happiness coming in for you here. You have this assertion card. I think every single reading I do for you, you get like the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands as well. So, it could be a good time for you to be like extra assertive. And, I think this is true for everyone. Again, I've been saying for like the past 3 years, based off the astrology, I don't think we're just going to get things that we want. We really have to go for things. And again, I've been saying this for years. So, I think we really, squeaky wheel gets a grease, as they say, right? You have this power card. You are clearly gaining a lot in power at this time and kind of like how you stand out, right? So I think that there could be a lot of attention coming in for you. You have this friendship card. Yeah, I mean, again, Mercury retrograde. I think that if you want love, it's an amazing time to start with a person as a friend even, or, just as an acquaintance and kind of like see how things go. So I think some of you could be just attracting a friend that kind of like becomes a lover, and, that's perfectly fine as well. Next, you have this flattery card. Definitely someone trying to flirt with you. Someone finds you attractive. I mean, how could they not? You are the star, Libra. Again, you're clearly standing out in this reading. You're clearly getting a lot of attention. So, love it. That looks amazing. And finally, you have this excitement card. Yes, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very excited about this reading. It's a very good reading. I feel you should be very excited as well because, again, there's a lot of good stuff coming in for you. But this looks amazing, Libra. I love where this is going. So just keep telling yourself you're good enough, right? I think that's all you need to do. But thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.